gonna be working with also a little extra support today. So yeah, seeing in the chat, others know Yiska. So okay, welcome. Just first I'll mention I'm subbing today, and then we will not have studio next week on Memorial Day or the following week on Shavuot. So Lizzie will be back on, I think it's June, the week after Shavuot. So we'll also send info out about that. But I am so thrilled to share with you our practice today for Hode. Next week's not Memorial Day. Okay, Lizzie will be back next week.
Sorry,
Thank
sorry
you.
to interrupt. We actually are canceling next week.
Oh,
Lizzie's not available, and then the week after is Memorial Day, and then Shavuot. So, unfortunately, yoga is taking a bit of a hiatus, but we will be back in June 9th, I believe.
thank you, Rachel. Yeah. So yeah, we're missing the next few weeks. Okay, Rachel's gonna share the screen again, just for those of you who are tracking on the body with the weeks of counting in the midot. And this is from my website, and we can pop that resource page into the screen again. Thank you so much. This is a whole page of website on my website with resources on the spherot. So here in the body, we've been in the upper triad, and we moved from Tiferet into Netzach on the right hip last week, and this week we're moving into Hod, which is the left hip or left leg, and they're both also associated with the kidneys, purifying organs in the back body, back lower body. So Netzach, Hod, Yesod, this triad is the triad of moving with our legs and feet into the world. And we are going to practice today with a couple of key ideas in mind for Hod. And for one thought I want to bring, just to remember that we're bringing all of these qualities into one another. The teaching from Arya Kaplan around Keter into Malchut is this idea that when the world was created, holiness is coming into the world. We just read Kedoshim. Holiness is coming into the world in um, layers and layers of distinction. And the word midot is measurement. And so as we move through them, we're continuing to bring the qualities of the others into the world. And so it's not as if there's one and then the other, it's that they're layered and layered upon each other. And those of you counting know how we count a quality within the week, each day of the week. So today is Chesed Shebehod. Okay, we can release that map for you to see. I want to share a couple ideas about Hod. And as we worked last week with Netzach, as related to eternity and the long view, this idea of eternity for Netzach corresponds also to present moment for Hod. And this is from Rabbi Yael Levi. And Rabbi Jordan spoke last week about present moment within eternity. And I want to share and offer the idea and invite us this week in the practice to receive the present moment and receive and being with what is in all of its imperfections and everything. So if we have pain, if we have emotions that are difficult this morning, if we didn't sleep last night, just welcoming and embracing all that is Hod in the present moment. So I want to really say that explicitly today. We always need to do that in our practice. And Hod relates to Anava, humility. And there's a beautiful way we bring Anava into the body by acknowledging our limitations and occupying the right amount of space, the right stance, the right rotation, the right way of doing the practice for our bodies. So there's this very beautiful connection between Anava, humility, and acknowledging what is, and Hod, receiving and embracing that reality. Um, So we'll move into the legs and continue with opening the side body and the limbs today. And I'll be closing out with some restorative resting postures. The restorative postures and the yoga practices I experience as the ultimate experience of Hod, as surrendering and receiving the posture and the benefits. So here we go. If you would, please come to your mats, and I have it set up. Let's see, so that you can see it here. Okay. I have it set up with a folded blanket at the top, two blankets folded this way. So we're going to have a little resting, opening mountain stream for our first opening. So one long ways folded under the shoulders and one long ways folded under the head. And the tops of the shoulders are on the mat. So it's a little space between the blankets. Come sit. To come down, you can come down on your side and roll back onto it. That might be a little easier. So coming to your side, and the folded blanket under the shoulder blades is up by the scapula at the bottom ridge of the scapula, but very important that the top of the shoulders are down on the floor. So it's a little baby back bend. And if it's too much height for you to have it folded all the way, it's also really easy to open the blanket all the way and just put a baby fold, a tiny little fold at the top. So please really take the Hod Anava right amount of fold for you today. Knees are bent and feet are flat on the floor, hips distance apart. Take hands, fingertips just below the collarbones. And we'll take 3 breaths, receiving the breath today. So, really, no effort is required. God willing, if we're healthy, and just taking this idea of Hod with breathing awareness. Maybe we'll take more than 3, just receiving the inhalation, receiving the exhalation, and receiving the support beneath the shoulders, the head, the sacrum, the pelvic bowl, the feet, just knowing the earth is receiving us. So we're resting into the earth, into the mat, into the blankets. Noting the shape of the chest and the open heart. And release the hands by your sides. And go ahead and roll over to one side with both knees bent and the fold staying under the shoulder blade. So the top of the shoulder and arm are on the floor. And you can adjust the height of the blanket under your head so that it's comfortable for you. So we're lying on our side, both knees bent, and we'll take top arm overhead and top leg extended, just like last week, opening the channels of the body. Chalulim, chalulim, nikavim, nikavim, as in the morning Asher Yatzar prayer. Open channels, openings in the body. Let's flex and point the foot and lift it off the ground a moment, just feeling the back leg and the front leg opening and extending. And from here, release arm and leg, bring knees bent again, and gently roll over back onto your back with your shoulders, keeping knees as they are for a lying twist. So we're just rolling back over. It's okay if the Shoulder opposite knees doesn't come to ground. Arms in a T, just receiving that twist. From here, take that top leg and extend it straight, and the opposite arm just for a little extra reaching and stretching, and then bend again. Use hands to come on up to sitting and take second side. So you can just roll over, and I'll turn to face you. Second side, we're gonna begin by rolling over, keeping that folded blanket under the shoulder blades, and second blanket under head and neck. First, with knees bent on top of one another. The bottom arm is on the mat, palm facing up, long and extended. And we'll take top leg and top arm overhead. So feeling the foundation, the support of the floor beneath you, and bringing in all of the qualities we've already been working with: Hesed, flow, Gvura, structure, Tiferet, and Netzach, expand, and Hod, receiving the stretch, receiving the opening. Lift that back, that top leg point, and flex the foot to wake up, illuminate the calf and the ankle joint, the shin, front and back leg. And then release arm and knee back to folded knees. And then gently and slowly roll the upper body, keeping the lower body steady. Netzach. Opening into a gentle lying twist. Receiving the shape. Bringing a little compassion and awareness into your body's needs today, your body shape, with awareness of holiness, holiness of the body, this beautiful temple for our soul, with gratitude. From here, we'll use the hands to come up to sitting. Turn one of these folded blankets to the middle of the mat and sit on it. We'll just open the legs for a moment, wake them up. If you have a block nearby, let's extend the right leg long, bend the left knee. You can sit on as much height as you need. You can also do this sitting in a chair without the floor beneath you. And let's go ahead, inhale, raise the arms, expanded, open space, turn toward bent knee, release arms, front hand to block. And let's slide the block with an open heart, turning up, gentle opening of the legs and the heart. And then come on back. Take two blocks in front of you, hands on blocks, and let's hinge, turning pelvis and torso over the legs. Elbows soften, maybe as you hinge forward, just waking up, not gripping in the quadriceps, but receiving the stretch, receiving the opening. And then lean back on your hands to switch legs. Left leg extended long. And take note today, with Hod and Anava in mind, that the amount that you turn your leg is really based on your unique structure. And if anything, it's usually that we need to bring the leg a little in. So it's more of a 30 or 45, 30-degree angle, say. So really listen in to what works for your hip and your leg. Take block in front of foot, hand to the block. First, we'll open the arm, both arms long and wide, and slide forward, release top arm. Let it rest behind you. And so we're just opening with space, extending and turning away from straight leg, turning toward bent knee, a little baby twist. Be gentle, go slow, listen into your body. And then come on back, take 2 blocks in front of you, legs stay as they are, hinge and turn the pelvis and torso over the legs. Being with and receiving the opening. Noting the sensation, any imagery or feelings that might arise in the practice today. And perhaps bringing a little gratitude, a little awareness, and embracing of the body and its holy structure, housing our soul. Let's come on up. And from here, we're going to scooch the blanket forward just under the heels. Oh, let's keep the blocks and take a very high little squat. So the blanket just comes forward. You send the heels on the blanket, toes are on floor, and lifted with blocks as high as you need with coming to fingertips, waking up the body, coming through a chair pose all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And we'll release that. Please bring your chair to your mat and place it at the end of your mat. And we'll take blankets to the side. And we'll take a little series of standing and balancing on the legs, opening, continuing to open the legs. So we'll take left leg forward and right leg back. The foot can come close in line with the chair legs, so you're close to it. And take back leg hips distance apart, turn back leg out, raise arms overhead. Find that long open channel line from inner heel through inner knee, all the way up from navel through to sternum to crown, wrapping the shoulder blades around and lifting and lengthening from the groundedness of the earth, and then send the front knee forward. You might adjust your stance as needed for a warrior one. And then release hands to the blocks on your chair. Release hands down so that really it's the legs working, but keep the lift of the upper body. Front knee is bent to 90 degrees. Back leg is turned out slightly. Waking up the legs, and then straighten the front leg. We'll take that same hinging, turning of the pelvis and torso over the front leg for prayer pose. Hands can come to chair or high blocks on either side of your foot, but keep a long, lengthened front spine and back, not rounding. And take a moment to release effort just allowing the minimum amount of balancing effort it takes, but see if there's a way to work less hard in this moment to just receive the shape. Then let's move the blocks and standing foot a little back toward you, bend the knee, and take hands to chair and come on up and lift the back leg. So bottom leg is straight, hands on chair, back leg, and then turn and bend the knee. Bend the knee for a half moon and let the hand rest on the chair. In any way possible, just feel the open expanse, receiving that front body opening shape. And then take back leg down. We'll come to triangle. Hand lightly rests on shin or comes to block. And soften both knees and come up to standing. Let's take both feet forward for a wide angle forward bend. Blocks in front of you, ready to receive your arms. Align second toes with sides of mat. Once more, turning the whole torso and pelvis over the legs for a balanced Tiferet into Netzach and Hod. Harmony and balance in the length of the side waists, in the weight even on the feet and blocks. Feeling the expanse of the back body, the expanse of the back legs, and then moving into receiving Hod, the whole shape. And we'll bend the knees and walk feet together. Inhale, raise the arms up all the way overhead. Palms face one another. Feel the open channels of the body, maybe reaching one and then the other evenly, just as we did on the floor. Release the arms and we'll take second side. Right leg forward, blocks on the chair, back leg turned out, hips distance apart. Let's begin with front leg, front foot in line with chair legs. And inhale, raise the arms and feel that long, energetic lifting up as you send down, sending energy down through base of toes and circumference of heels, sending and receiving energy from the earth up through legs, spine to crown, keter, and to fingertips. And from here, keeping arms up if that's okay for you, always adjusting as you need. Come to warrior one, maybe adjust the stance a little bit. Right knee is bent to 90, left leg strong and long, supporting. Both legs supporting, and release the arms to the chair and blocks on the chair if that's helpful for you to keep the lifted shape. And then we'll straighten that front leg, hands to chair or blocks, your choice. Come to a prayer pose with a long, open spine, front spine long, expanse of the back body, expanse of the back leg, the expanse of the front leg, and a receiving now, a surrender, a gratitude for the body's ability to be in this shape. And see if it's possible to soften and release effort. Notice the quality, the tone of the body when you do that. And then from here, we'll walk that front leg and front blocks back a little bit with a bent knee for ease and balance to swing up into a baby warrior three without hands. So we're just lifting the back leg. It's a little bit of effort. You can bend the standing leg as you need. That's way easier. Maybe let's bend and straighten that leg a moment and feel the ease of balancing as it changes, and then turn with a bent knee, hand on chair. Oh, so much easier. Feeling that ease and flying feeling of warrior, of half moon. When you're ready, swinging the whole shape down, back leg comes down for a triangle pose. So hand to block or lightly on the shin. Feel the strength of your legs and receiving the opening, the turning. Release the top arm down. Let's take down dog with hands on chair or on floor if you'd like. Just high lifted down dog. Feet are hips distance apart or closer. You choose. Play with it a little. Second toes aligned, lifting in the arches of the feet, sending down heels and base of toes. And let's soften behind the knees. And then walk toward the chair. And we'll move it aside. And come on down to your mat again. And we'll take those two folded blankets the same shapes we used in the beginning, and create a little baby bolster with the blocks. So you can take the blocks and lie them on the mat long ways in this shape. And then take a folded blanket over the blocks. Now, some of us have torsos that are longer, so you might need to add a pillow under further to take more of the body you'll see. Let's sit next to the bolster with hips a few inches away and the knees are bent. Top leg is over bottom leg at any angle that feels best. And we'll take a very gentle lying twist over the bolster. So we lift and lengthen the spine, turn away from the feet, and gently walk hands and lie over the bolster. Head turns in same direction of feet and legs. And you can lift the hips and send them back. Really feel into the shape that's right for you. And if you have that extra pillow or another second blanket, you can place it under the head if needed. You take it at the best way that's right for you. So a little baby lying twist. If this is too high, you can just take two blankets on top of one another. You can feel into your body's needs. Receiving the shape, receiving the qualities, and systems that are being without. We thankfully are receiving purification of the organs when we twist. All of the rites in the Torah passages right now that we're reading about holiness and purification and coming close to ourselves, to divinity. We'll rest here just another moment. You can adjust the top leg or the bottom hip or the arm so that the upper arm is from there. Then we'll use hands to come up and turn the body and shift the hips around. So you don't have to move the blanket. You can just turn the body. And again, please take two blankets long folded if the height of the blocks is too high for you. And first, let's inhale, raise the arms, find that even Tiferet length and openness of the body, the Netzach expanse, and turn toward the blankets, away from the feet, and gently walk hands over on either side and come down for a twist. Head and neck are facing same way as knees. You can bring the blanket in, really adjusting it for the right twist for you today. Receiving the breath and noticing the movements of the body, of the belly, of the rib basket, with every inhalation and exhalation. And maybe taking even an audible sigh and receiving the body today, receiving yourself as you are, recognizing all that is good, all that is difficult, embracing all of it. And from here, we'll use the hands to come on up to sitting. And we're going to take a restorative today that if you are in a chair, it's possible to receive the support. The idea is a long, open, little slight back bend. So, one idea, we're going to take um, Supta Baddha Konasana, where we lie with the long blanket. So, you take the blanket all the way open. We're going to lie back over it. But what I do is take a threefold. If you have seen, it's like a fan, and you take the blanket long on the mat with the folded edge toward you, and then take a second blanket in a fan as well. So you the height of two blankets under you. You can see they are folded edge is near to your body. And then if you practice regularly and use a strap in this posture, please go ahead and do that, where you bring strap over and around the feet. That's, I'm not going to go into that complication for the moment, but the pillows are here to support the legs. So take a pillow on either side of your mat and you sit just a little in front of the mat, maybe a few inches, and really truly taking care to notice what height is best for you and what works for your body. You might take one blanket, you might take three blankets. If you're in a chair, you can sit with support at the back. And from here, first, before we go, just fold the top blanket back a little bit. You're going to receive your head and neck with a little extra support. And from here, with the knees bent and toes together, walk the feet in close to your body. And they're going to open up with knees bent. And you're going to take pillows to catch your knees, open the legs with bound angle pose. Feet, soles of feet are together, knees are bent, and then use hands behind you. Lift the pelvis and send it away from that edge of the blanket so that you really catch the blanket at the top of the lumbar spine. You'll feel it, you'll notice what's best for you. And then take your hands behind and roll the top blanket under your head. So this pose is opening the chest. You can take the first posture we did with the open chest if this is too complicated. The mountain stream with just one blanket under your chest. When you come into this posture, when it feels right and matches what your body's shape is, it's a deep receiving and resting. So resting front body to back body, receiving front body to back body, and being received into the blankets and pillows and mat, floor and earth. And we'll rest here for a good few minutes. And please take any other shape. If this shape isn't comfortable, build up pillows under your legs. If that isn't working, you can extend your legs long. We'll rest here for another couple of minutes. And then for everyone, I invite you to bring your knees together, move the pillows out, and gently roll off the blanket to your side. You can set the blankets aside and set up for resting pose. Maybe one open blanket. Perhaps you want a roll under your knees. And I invite everyone to take once more before we rest a lying twist. So we'll lie back on our blanket flat. Notice the extra space now in the back body. And once more, taking a lying twist one way and another, any way that it works for you, initiating with legs or with the upper body, and noting any new openings, any new spaces in the body. Just taking legs one way and the other in your own timing for a gentle twist. And then lying back for resting pose. A nice way to do this is with the blanket and pillows under the knees. So it forms like a little bolster and support for the lower back with the knees bent slightly, and then resting with palms up, perhaps a little support under the head if you'd like. And full surrender, hold, stepping back, releasing effort completely. The aspect of Shabbat. And we'll rest here together for just a couple minutes in Shavasana in resting pose. And once more, bringing your attention to the breath, breathing awareness, receiving the inhalation and the exhalation, turning to your side, and coming on up to sitting. And we'll just sit together for half a moment as we close, feeling the support of the pelvic bowl, of the sits bones beneath you. Bringing your awareness to the balance and harmony in the body, the expanses in the body, and receiving with gratitude yourself, noting the gorgeous construction of the body and the beautiful privilege of having this practice. And we'll close with hands at the heart if you're comfortable, and the phrase from creation, B'Tselem Elohim, the divinity in each of us greets the divinity in all of us. And I wish you a beautiful day and week of Hod, and receiving with great awareness and gratitude that we are not in control, and we are able to effort and affect change. Both exist. Netzach and Hod balanced. So once more, oh, Rachel's put in the chat that I have these resources and I'm teaching the Sphero with movement and music on Fridays. It's drop in. I welcome you. And you can check out these resources and ideas of all of the Sphero in the body at my website and at this page. Once more, for those who came late, we both Lizzie and I are away next week, and then we will skip a couple weeks and be back after Shavuot on June 9th. So thank you so much. We'll take the time now for any questions or insights or reflections about Hode. Yes, the link for my Friday classes, um, Lizzie just put, I mean, Rachel just put there above this last text. There we go. Thank you. So yeah, I have yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you for being here. Is there any um question about this practice or the last few weeks as we've been bringing the spherode into the body? You can raise your hand or you can use the function at the screen. Yes, appreciating our bodies, definitely, and their limitations and our hearts. And really hold, I some of you may be studying with our weekly series of the Omer, and Sam wrote some really beautiful teachings on Hod that I really love to bring into the practice of really accepting and embracing what is. You're welcome. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, you can find more practices and find me at my website. Yeah, thank you.